Alright, so today I have another box of Ball Python eggs that are hatching, and this is kind of an interesting clutch. This is an exact duplicate of another clutch that I produced earlier this year. I actually have two Lemon Blast scaleless head females with the pastel and the pinstripe. They were actually born at the same time from the same clutch, and this year is the first year they laid eggs. Both of them laid eggs, and they were both bred to my lesser scaleless head male. And the last clutch, I actually hit the completely scaleless Ball Python, and I'm pretty sure I actually hit all three genes with the pastel, the pinstripe, and the lesser. That was one crazy looking snake, the first scaleless that I ever produced here in my collection. So this is going to be like almost like the second half of that project that I've been working on. So we'll actually pull these out of the incubator, cut them open, and then we'll hopefully hit another completely scaleless Ball Python. Alright, so here's the box of eggs fresh out of the incubator, and I saw one little head sticking out of one of the eggs, so we'll take a look. And usually I go in about a week early and just kind of crack one little corner just to make sure they have enough oxygen in the last week. I don't really trust this present seal. I've seen some people with DOAs and they're like scratching their head as far as what's going on. Ooh, that's kind of interesting. Wow. What is that? Alright, so wow. Oh, look at how light the heads are on those. That's really interesting. So we have pastel, pinstripe, and lesser, right? Lemon Blast scaleless head crossed with a lesser scaleless head. Oh, that's really interesting. I didn't really expect the heads to be that light. Maybe that's all the genes, maybe? Pastel, pinstripe, lesser? That's really interesting. I don't see any completely scaleless though. The light head kind of threw me off on that one. Alright, so let's cut them open a little bit and then we'll take a look. See what it looks like inside here. Wow, that's kind of unusual. Doesn't really look like a Lemon Blast. That's pretty wild. It's really kind of unexpected. What could that be? Kind of the interesting thing on this one is it almost looks, I don't think this one's scaleless, but the nose is almost like skinny like a scaleless. But maybe this one is scaleless. I don't know. I don't think so, but we'll take a look here. See if I can get in next to his head. Interesting, interesting. Let's see what this guy looks like in there. Wow. That's a really interesting pattern. It's like, wait a minute. Is this the right clutch? Wow. This is pretty wild. Wow, it almost looks like a bamboo combination, doesn't it? The only thing I can think of is that looks like all three genes, the pastel, the pinstripe, and the lesser. I think the lesser is really changing the Lemon Blast. So it's a Lemon Blast lesser. I don't think I've ever produced a Lemon Blast lesser, which is pretty wild. Man, it almost looks like a bamboo combination. It even has the little hearts on the sides. Well, it's like, did I label the box wrong or what? But it definitely looks like a Lemon Blast with something else. I think it's all three genes. Oh, I should have looked at the head to see if it had any, boy, that one's kind of interesting. All right, let's take a look at this one. I wasn't sure if it actually had wow. All right, so let's take a look at this one. Wow, these almost look like bamboos. That's why I'm like scratching my head. Did I mix up my identification on the boxes? Wow. That's kind of crazy. Alright, let's see. I think this is the same thing. Huh. Look at that. Looks like I think that's a pastel pinstripe lesser. Lemon Blast Lesser, just a really light one. It didn't look like this one was scaleless head. This one, boy, it's hard to tell on this one if it's scaleless head or not. This one's pretty wild because it almost has a different nose, like the super scaleless head nose on that one. That one could be a scaleless head on that one. All right, let's take a look at this one. I don't know if I get a straight bamboo. I've never mixed up my boxes. There's no way I could mix up my identification. Oh, that was pretty wild. It almost looked like bamboo combinations in there. Pretty wild. All right, so this is interesting too. So there we go. We got the right clutch. That one looks like a Lemon Blast scaleless head. You can see the scales missing from the head. Usually with the pinstripe, you can see the pinstripe has the gold color, so it has the gold color of the pinstripe. But usually it has the scrunched together alien heads on the pinstripe, and then if you actually add pastel in with the pinstripe, it actually kind of explodes the pattern. So I'm thinking this is an interesting looking Lemon Blast. Sometimes the Lemon Blast can kind of look a little bit different. I've seen some really crazy different Lemon Blasts. Those look so much like bamboos. I could not believe it. It's like, man, do I have the right clutch? That was really crazy. That kind of threw me off. All right, so I don't know how in the world you could misidentify a clutch. That would be kind of crazy. All right, so take a look at this one. This one's kind of interesting. Kind of dehydrated, kind of bubbly a little bit. That's pretty wild. Hopefully this is a good egg. So we have 3 that haven't opened yet. Hopefully this is a scaleless. We're going for the completely scaleless ball python. What do we got? What do we got? Wow, look at that. I'm like, what is this? That's pretty wild. Huh. That one looks pretty crazy. Lemon Blast, scaleless head, lesser. What is this? Wow. Take a look at that. I guess that's maybe a pastel lesser, I'm thinking. It looks like it has lesser in it, but it's really kind of jumbled up compared to a lesser. I think it's a pastel lesser on that one. Kind of the funny thing is, if you actually look at some of these, and if you didn't know the genes, kind of the first thing that hit me is like, man, that looks like a calico. It kind of looks like a calico, but there's no calico in the mix, so it's hard guessing if you don't know what the genes are. But I'd say my best guess on that one is probably a lesser pastel. Don't know if it's scaleless head on that one. Can't really see the head. Definitely have not hit a completely scaleless yet. Oh, this is so goopy. Alright, so yeah, this is really bad. We are making one big mess. Alright, come on, scales. We only have 2 eggs left. Open for the completely scaleless. Let's take a look here. There goes nothing. We hit it. Yes, nice. We hit another completely scaleless. So the odds are 1 in 4. And with 6 eggs, you should hit it once. Wow, look at that one. That's kind of a crazy looking snake right there. Take a look at that. That's pretty wild. So I know on my last scaleless, it kind of had like a film over it. I had to break the film so you could take a breath of air. This one seems like the film's broken. That's cool. It almost looks like it hit all the genes. It almost looks exactly like my other one. Take a look at that. So that's pretty interesting. So the other thing is, on my other scaleless that I hatched out, it actually ate one rodent already, one live mouse hopper, but it hadn't shed yet. All the other hatchlings have shed. I'm actually going to try some bag balm. I've seen that in some other videos where people kind of wipe bag balm on those completely scaleless ball pythons to help the shedding. So I was kind of concerned because it's been like almost a week, I'd say, after all the other ones have shed, and that one hasn't shed yet. So I ordered some bag balm. It should be here. Some people do the bag balm like once a week on theirs, completely scaleless. All right, so this is the 6th egg. So the odds are like, you know, pretty close. We could possibly get another completely scaleless, which would be pretty awesome. I think I'm gonna hold back a male and a female if I get one. So I got 2 this year already, which is pretty awesome. Hey, we hit another scaleless. All right, nice. Wow, this one looks different. This one looks really wild. Look at that. Whoa, let me cut it open for you here. That's kind of the interesting thing about the scaleless is the patterns and colors look completely different than the scaled version. So take a look at that crazy snake. That is pretty wild. So that could be, I'm guessing that could be a normal, just a normal scaleless. I've actually seen the regular scaleless have kind of almost like an inchy-like pattern like that without the genes. You almost have to completely relearn the genetics looking at the scaleless versus you almost have to take these, you know, some of these combinations and like breed it to a regular snake and then prove them out and, you know, kind of tease out all the genes just to make sure. Because I've actually looked over on Morph Market and a lot of people haven't even made a lot of the combinations with the scaleless. So we're not even sure exactly what they look like. But I'm guessing this one is probably a normal. This looks like a normal scaleless. This other one looks like a really crazy combination. But these are the ones, this one kind of threw me off. Look at the nose on this one. Look at how light it is. I guess that's really interesting. It almost looks like it's, the nose almost looks like, has a skinny nose. I think this is the Lemon Blast Lesser, but it almost has the skinny nose like a super scaleless head. And then if you compare that nose to like this regular nose here, this has got like a thicker nose on this one. So it's kind of interesting that that one has, this one almost has like a smaller nose too, which is interesting. I didn't know if that was kind of an anomaly with some of the scaleless heads, but I do know it seemed like every single completely scaleless ball python that I've seen kind of has the pinched in, like the skinnier nose. If you'll actually look over on Morph Market, you'll notice it's kind of like almost similar to like your super black pastels or super cinnamons kind of have like kind of a weird pug nose. All right, so that's pretty awesome. We got 2 completely scaleless, which is pretty crazy. And then we got this one. I'm pretty sure this is a Lemon Blast scaleless head. And then let's see, this is the wild one. I think this is a pastel lesser. I can't tell if that's scaleless head or not. And then I think these two, both of these, are actually have all 3 genes: the pastel, the pinstripe, and the lesser. I think this one's a scaleless head. I'm not sure about that one though. So wow, that was actually pretty awesome. Actually, not bad at all. Really good odds on that clutch. So really happy about that. And, you know, sometimes you can actually produce like all normals. I've actually done that before, where you know you have all these genes floating around, and then most of them are normals. That drives you absolutely crazy. All right, so that's pretty much it. I want to put these up in the incubator, and then when they come out, we'll actually take them out, get a closer look at them. We'll give them names, and then we'll put them up in the hatchling rack. All right, so that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.